don't send a team here to the Europeans, just 2 individuals, and of course, as things have developed, it is going to be the single rider representing them. Still leaving us though with 22 nations in Riesenbeck 2023. So the sole Polish contender that remains with us, Beata Stremler. Beata with Fairplay, a feedback Ruben Royale horse. Just 10 years old as well. Our riders have seen the likes of, our Ukrainian riders, our Eastern European riders, our Russian Olympic Committee riders back in the day. They do seem to just have the ability, one, to get a horse to Grand Prix very, very early in its career, and then to stay there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it Mr. X with...
Yes, yeah. The longevity is fantastic, and the ability to keep these horses sound. They're working at such a high level. It can be difficult for the best of us, and they do very, very well. This horse has a lot of highlights. Tends to fall down a little bit in the Piaffe work, but being just 10 years old, they've got a lot of time to develop that. And really nice here in the trot half passes. Could maybe just have a little bit more elasticity, a bit more cadence, but very, very expressive great crossing and a super halt there, John. Nice and square and on the marker, and some good steps in the rein back. Could just do with a little bit more engagement from the hind leg in that extended trot. So this is where we can maybe expect them to lose a few marks. In the past, they score around 5 or 6 in the Piaffe, and obviously you can see there a lot of travelling in the Piaffe, but she managed to maintain the activity, and that's sitting on a 6.5. Huge over track in the walk. Really nicely walking over the back. Absolutely loads of ground cover there in the extended walk, and that can make the collective walk a little bit more tricky, but she's managing it very nicely, keeping the rhythm. .5s and 8s for the extended walk. Could do with a little bit more air time in the passage. She's going for the Piaffe a little bit more sitting on the spot. Some nice steps in there. Just needs to keep the fluency a little bit more, but again, like I said, just being 10 years old, that will develop as this horse gets stronger. Some nice expressive changes, keeping that uphill tendency and using that whole diagonal line. Those changes really nice and forward. A little bit modest there in the extending canter, and again she could have just lengthened the frame a little bit and allowed him a little bit more over the back to get that ground cover in the extended canter. Needs to make sure that she keeps the straightness here in the half passes. Just losing the balance slightly. See there, losing the hind legs.
So this has been quite a difficult combination for us to predict, because with the 10-year-old horse very, very young, but Beata comes with an enormous amount of championship experience, having ridden 4 senior championships. However, again, going back into how difficult it is to predict, hasn't actually ridden at a major championship since 2014, the World Championships in Normandy.
Really good in the one-time changes. The changes very, very secure. Just able to really ride them forward. could have just been a little bit more uphill in the ones. And again, they're a little bit earthbound in the canter pirouette. Rode that a little bit on the bigger side. And again, large there in the canter pirouette to the right. Would like to see more sitting, a bit more centered, but again, that's all to come, and she's obviously gonna have Paris in mind. And another year under this horse's belt.
Yeah, with Poland having that team qualification now, the race is on to fill the slots.
Yeah, better lift here in the passage. Good in the rhythm. Again, she's decided to allow a little bit of travelling in the Piaffe. Slightly lost a bit of the fluency coming out back into the passage.
Our Polish individual rider brings our first session of judging to its conclusion here at the FEI Dressage European Championships. Riesenbeck, Beata Stremler and Fairplay. It looks like quite a positive score for Beata as well. Very comparable to the scores we were seeing coming in for current individual ranking leader Christian Schumacher.
Some really, really nice